Housing sales at rock bottom levels. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. I thought we'd have a look at this release from the Housing Institute of Australia, the HIA, and let's check out, well, house sales. They've fallen down, guys. So the thing we have to remember is this is going to mean there's less supply on the market. So when there's less supply and demand stays the same or goes up, that lifts up the price, doesn't it? So sales of new homes across Australia fell by 4.8% in June to remain at rock bottom levels. This poor result in June leaves sales in the 22-23 financial year down by 33.2% compared to the previous year by HIA Chief Economist Tim Reardon. So we're seeing a 33.2% fall in new home sales, new house supply. Now we have to remember we're coming off the home builder, shall we say, juicing of the market. Projects are still dragging out. It's still taking a long time to get something finished. So 33% down, but that's also less supply hitting the market as well. The HIA New Home Sales Report, a monthly survey of the largest volume home builders in the 5 largest states, is a leading indicator of future detached home construction. The rise in the cash rate over the past year has seen a significant decline in the volume of new home sales. This will result in the least number of new homes commencing construction for more than a decade in 2024, added Mr. Reardon. The last year has seen the impact of a 4% increase in the RBA's cash rate filter through to the new home market, compounding the impact of soaring construction costs across the industry. A significant number of existing projects are also being cancelled as buyers find themselves unable to obtain finance after interest rates and construction costs continue upward since they signed the contract. This lack of new work entering the pipeline will result in fewer projects being commenced and the volume of work under construction shrinking rapidly from late this year. This will occur at the same time that Australia has a pre-existing shortage of housing and overseas workers and students return to Australia in record numbers. This is where, when I make reference to one of the 9 pillars of the, should we say, house prices or the housing sector, or essentially house prices. And here we have a reduction in our ability to meet supply and supply going up. Well, this isn't really a reduction in ability to meet supply. This is a reduction of new projects coming online. So that's going to, it's going to reduce investment, which is going to reduce supply for this increased demand of people returning to the country. We also have the construction apocalypse where many of the residential builders who have signed contracts but can't absorb the increased construction costs are winding up. Sales in New South Wales have fallen more significantly than other regions, as the higher prices of a house and land package means this market is more sensitive to changes in the cost of finance. At the other end of the spectrum, sales in South Australia and Western Australia continue to hold up despite the rise in the cash rate. Addressing the shortage of housing requires policymakers to stop increasing the cost of new homes through taxes and regulatory imposts. The more homes are taxed, directly or indirectly, the fewer homes will be built, concluded Mr. Reardon. And one example of that is the, constant barrage of new legislative requirements coming onto the residential construction sector. New homes are predicted to increase by $30,000 a build due to these new NCC changes. The problem is, what they're implementing sounds good. It sounds noble. We want to make housing more accessible. We want people to be able to age in place. These are great ideas. But you've got to understand, making every corridor in every house wider, making all the bathrooms wider, restricting what colors people can put on their house. Okay, maybe that's not as much of an impact. Limiting the way people can build. So you need to have a clear access to one entry to the house. No steps everywhere. These are all going to impact on the costs of new builds. So we've got to remember that. If we want housing to be affordable, everyone, we've got to realize that if we're supporting the people that are advocating for these positions that all sound good, we need to be a bit critical, be a little less emotional, and realize this is going to impact future Australians moving forward. But, I mean, that's Australia. That's what Australia is. We're a nanny state, guys. And I don't think it's going to change. So I can't see housing getting affordable. Everyone's going to talk the talk. But yeah. Sales of new homes in 22-23 were down across all large states compared to the previous financial year, led by New South Wales down 56.1%, Queensland down 38.5%, Victoria 31.2%, Western Australia 12.1%, and South Australia 2.8%. We can see here, I mean, yeah, we're coming off this craziness, okay? Now, what we want to do is, they should really project this chart further back so we can see if this dip is below the trend. So if this is the trend and we're just returning to it, and now this here is the below part of the trend, which got transported back here due to home builder, is this where we're going to see the dip in the residential construction sector? And, well, this is a concern. So let's have a bit of a chat, guys. My concern with this is it's going to reduce our ability to meet the demand for housing in Australia. Now, for people who want affordable housing, there needs to be more housing. The simple supply-demand relationship here. The problem is we're making it more expensive, there's more red tape, there's more regulation, and there isn't a political will to build more housing. I don't care what anyone says in the media, there's no political will. They're not in my backyard crowd, people wanting to regulate everything. As an architect now, there's a whole lot of CPD requirements in New South Wales, which is all to do with Indigenous engagement and native title engagement and learning from the traditional owners of country and incorporating that into your projects. Now, for certain projects of civic significance on significant portions of land with the Indigenous aspect, that makes perfect sense. We've worked on housing projects with Indigenous architects in collaboration to address remote housing needs and the unique challenges of different cultures. But are we going to start to see these requirements, now this engagement with stakeholders that don't own the land, just for every single project? If we do, that's going to be another cost. We'll have to see, guys. We'll have to see. All of these things that sound good, that people are fans of, you've got to understand, if it takes time for someone to do, if it takes someone 10, 20 hours to write a report, to investigate, drive out to see people, to talk to them, that adds cost. We're not going to get affordable housing in Australia. I'll be shocked if we ever do. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Check out HeiseBim or Heise Does if you're a fan of my content and want to see something else. And if you want to support us, you can on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call me if you need an architect. Take care. Have a great day. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.